Don't censor me, Daddy. Future Ethan, love me.
You know you're going to be watching that back and he's going to be staring, talking into the camera at you.
Guys, do you see what I have to deal with?
I've broken the fourth wall.
God, editing must be hell for you.
Just edit that video and have it slowly zoom in on his face.
I love you so much, Papa. Get your game shoes on and get ready to roll, ladies and gentlemen, because it is the House of Lynn, and we are back. I'm back officially. You might have heard me through someone else's microphone. I had mic failure. At the end of our last recording session, I turned off my microphone like a dummy.
You dumb bitch.
Well, all right then.
Hi, everybody.
I apologize. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, comrade.
Welcome to the House of Lynn.
Your weekly dose of tantalizingly whimsical banter between your favorite group of friends.
I'm Elliot.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Emily.
I'm Cuba.
I am John.
And this is the House of Lynn. We're getting good at that.
Yeah.
That
was
was
probably
snappy.
the
That was
smoothest intro
snappy.
we've had.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're practicing.
Pop off, sis.
I'm Elliot. So Elliot, why are you in the hot seat tonight?
Because Avatar is 100% my favorite show.
It's your favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
Besides skiing
It's up there.
and being miserable.
Oh, you like Avatar?
Huh?
Name 3 of their albums.
What?
Are you talking about the albums for like each season?
No, it was a joke. Because
doesn't-
like whenever someone says they like music, you say, "Oh yeah, you like them." Name 3 albums or 3 of their songs.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is.
I can do that for some.
How was
artists, though.
everyone's week?
Compared to last week? Like this week is so much slower.
Oh,
It's
yeah, but
Christmas
like kind of in a
week.
good way.
Last-
Kind of in
yeah,
a good way.
in a good way. I enjoy it.
Because last week was insane.
Last week was pretty crazy.
Last week was on crack cocaine.
Now it's Christmas week, and everything's slowing down, and everyone's settling in for a nice.
I wouldn't say
beautiful
settling
Christmas.
in.
Fuck Christmas.
Love Christmas. You have to love.
I'm
Christmas.
over Christmas.
Well, you can be
I'm
over
over it.
Christmas.
I
I
like
spent money on Christmas, and I love Christmas.
I like the Christmas season, but I know.
We know.
I know.
We are allowed to bitch about Christmas.
Yeah,
State
guys.
our reasons for liking Christmas.
Happy Valentine's Day. Here's why we hate Christmas.
Yeah, this will be going up around Valentine's.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's weird to think about.
Or
That's
like the last
wow.
week of January, probably.
Mhm.
Because this is
Happy
episode
Arbor
4.
Day.
Arbor Day's in
Yeah, I was
April.
gonna say I don't know what Arbor Day is.
Arbor Day is in April, the most disappointing month because that's the month you were born.
Oh.
Love you.
Dylan's born in April.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Well, that's a shame.
That's different.
April has made a comeback. Love you.
It's okay. I'll go
Love
cry in
you.
the corner.
It's okay.
I'll go cry in the corner.
You picked me up from school.
Oh yeah, I picked up my son from school today,
wow,
guys.
I forgot you're still in school.
Cool, but you're not saying
Just
much.
shut the fuck up.
Cool.
Wow. Did your puppet master tell you to say that?
Kuba's car broke this week.
Yeah. Talk about your
That
car.
was fun.
What even happened to your car?
Pretty sure the alternator's going out.
I love that for you.
Get into it.
You're probably
You
making
fucking
it.
mind.
Why did you slap him in the leg and then say get into it?
Yeah, get into it.
I was trying to wake him up. Does anyone else ever, when you get bored on Instagram, you see those like advertisements for shopping things, like certain clothing articles or like cool tools or something that you see that like catches your fancy for a millisecond?
Catches your fancy.
It catches your fancy. So you throw it on your bookmarks, and then later when you have time, you look at them and you add them to your browsers, and you get ready to buy every single one of them, but you just never actually buy them because you don't trust the websites. Because I found some really cool shit on there that I really want.
No, this is not hashtag relatable content to me.
Yeah, not.
Ouch.
I mean, like I saved so much stuff on Instagram.
Do you ever go back and look through it? Because
I-
Oh, I
no,
do
no,
it
no.
all the time.
No,
I
never
say-
do. I always
I
go
do.
back and look.
No,
through it.
I say to myself, "Oh, I'm gonna save this and go back and look at it later." And then, like 4 months down the line, I'll actually do it, and then I'll be like, "When did I save this?"
Or why did I save
Yes,
this? Like,
yes, exactly.
See, but I only save like ski edits and shit.
I save
I don't
memes
s-
sometimes.
I save memes once in a while, and I'll show them to Emily like at 2 a.m.
I never use Instagram for anything actually vaguely socially
I love Instagram.
media related anymore anyway. All I do is get continuous meme spams from you occasionally, him a lot, Brayden.
I get like 4 from Brayden a day.
I get a million, and I feel bad because like it'll be like a
They're
week
not
before
funny.
I check it, and
Yeah,
I'll get
that's
like
true.
I'll get like a stream of them, and I'll be like, haha, and I have to like I have to try and respond to every single one of them because otherwise I feel bad.
But like Brayden will send you a meme of like literally every single episode we've ever recorded, we say something about Brayden.
Brayden, yeah.
Yeah.
And he refuses to be on the podcast.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true. We'll get him on.
Stubborn
Brayden
prick.
is
But
by
what I would-
far one of our most iconic characters, and I hope
Characters.
that.
Again,
Characters.
back with the characters.
Does he even
again.
exist?
What did I say?
What?
He could like not even exist.
Yeah, for
Like, they
all the
don't
viewers
even-
know, he could just be a
figment
a
of our
figment of our
collective
imagination.
He doesn't
Yes.
come up in
Oh my
videos. He's just like a ghost. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a ghost in me.
I always
I
wanna-
hope he
I
gets
always
to
wanna
walk
say-
through a shot one day.
I always
Just
want to say
barely.
pigment of imagination.
Pigment of your
Yeah,
imagination.
I always want to say that.
Is that just the color? Can you paint with all the colors of the,
color-
wind?
It's the color tones of my imagination.
Cooper's
I'm
being
scared.
really quiet.
Yeah. Have you said a word this whole
thought-
podcast?
He said, "I'm
I have.
scared."
Elliot
He said I'm
introduced
scared.
himself as the skater boy earlier today, and you're really pulling off some like Skate 3 vibes right now.
No, he looks like
All right, Tony Hawk Pro Skater,
All
settle
right.
down.
All right. Just shut the
Cooper,
fuck
remember
up.
when we broke your skateboard in your front yard?
I remember. No, that wasn't in the front yard. That was in my park.
It started in the front yard, and then we went out
pee
to
in
the
a
parking
flower
lot.
pot
In Kuba's yard multiple times, yeah.
multiple times.
I would be leaving.
Didn't Magda
Kuba
get that on video?
one time, maybe
Yeah.
multiple times.
Maybe
Actually,
multiple.
No.
Magda's Kuba's mother.
Yes.
We love
Oh, what
that
a
woman.
lovely
love her
woman.
So much. I miss her. I don't think she likes me anymore.
She's the queen of Poland. She's the queen of Poland.
Cooper, remember when you threw the shoelaces on the wire and then blamed it on John?
Maybe there's a lot of reasons Cooper related why Magda doesn't like me. Now that I'm hearing some more stories,
Dude,
Because
I've
it
definitely
very-
told you this one before. This is from like 2
He
years
definitely
ago.
has.
it
No,
it,
that was more than 2 years.
it very
ago.
much seems.
No, because it was when like Emily wasn't still in high school then. It was your senior year.
Fuck.
What are we talking
2
about? I
years
zoned
ago.
out. What are we talking about?
Kuba had shoes that I think John gave him, right? Didn't John give you the shoes?
Which ones
how
were
the
they?
hell would I remember? You just
I
gave
don't
them to me
know.
from your trunk.
Kuba
You
got
said,
these
"Here, do
shoes
something."
somehow.
Shush.
Kuba got these shoes somehow and he didn't want them. So he tied a knot in the laces and then threw it up on the cord in front of their house.
Like the wire.
Yeah.
So that's how shoes end up on wires.
Isn't that like a?
It represents like
I
a
was
meth
gonna
house
say,
or
isn't
something.
Yeah.
that- yeah, like a gang
Something like
thing
that.
or something like that.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
there
I
used to be a
didn't know about
bunch
that
near our
at
house.
There used to be one on the park down the street.
Yeah, that means something.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found that out a little bit ago. Thanks, dickweed.
Yeah, I found out that day too.
How many other things have you blamed on me?
All of
Surprisingly,
them. All
not
of the
that
things.
much.
All of the things.
How much has your mom blamed me for because you have been bad at communication?
Again, not that much, surprisingly.
I strongly doubt the second one.
No, I don't think it's because of a lack of communication. I think it's because there is direct communication where he says, John did it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Now that I believe.
There's no better way to summarize that.
No, there isn't.
I'm like barely ever there and I get blamed for everything. I love it.
You were there so much, dude.
I've been
You
there
really
a lot.
were.
Yeah, but not
Like even when
recently.
Kuba's at his grandma's house,
Yeah,
you just
not
like show up. Like
Because I'm in the area and he's like, it's either him.
I'm not like
texting me-
faulting you for
John
it.
does that a lot. Oh, I'm in the area. I'm going to stop over
No,
at your
no.
house.
I don't just like
No.
stop at Kuba's house. Like I'll be like at my house and I'm like I'm going over to Cora's later. Are you doing anything? I text him or he'll text me and be like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I'll be like, well, I'm going over to Cora's or I'm going here, I'm going there, but I could stop by afterward. We make plans
Wait.
with each other and hang out all the time.
Wait, who was it the time that I know it was like one of the days that I stopped at your house just because I was like in the area and like other people were too. And we walked in, you were like sleep of the dead on your bed. And
that was me and you and
Yeah,
Kuba.
that was the three of
we
us.
walked in and you like sprung the fuck up.
What
like,
did we do to wake him up?
I don't even like.
I think we did something.
You,
to
like,
I
him.
think you
poked
literally
me or-
just like shook his leg and he like shit a brick.
I remember when Kuba woke him up with a knife.
Yeah. You're yelling at me for just dropping in on people's houses. You guys have dropped in on my house more times than I can fucking
oh
count.
Yeah,
no, not
because
me.
you-
I always call
you
you.
usually ask.
I usually
But him-
ask.
I mean,
You most of the time ask.
most
but,
of
like,
the time.
No,
Yeah,
I
Brayden
ask
drop
5
in.
minutes. I ask about 5 minutes before I show up.
Exactly, which is usually enough time. I'm like, I'm currently busy, but feel free to stop in because
Yeah.
I can be busy with company.
But
Hey, I'm in your
usually I have
driveway.
to like wait in
Yeah.
your driveway for like 5 to 7 minutes before you answer me.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Do you ever drive from just like point A to point B? Like that's a genuine question. I feel like every time you're driving from like whether it's from like work to your house, like unless it's like a 5-minute drive, if it's like over a 10-minute drive, do you ever just drive from where you are to your destination?
With what? With the intention of coming from my destination to going right home?
No.
No, you always
do
make
you-
a pit
Do you
stop
always
somewhere.
have to make a pit stop somewhere?
Whether it's someone's house at the gas station, getting food, something,
Just anywhere
anything.
that you would normally stop.
It depends on how much time I have.
Did you stop anywhere on your way here?
from work, my house to get changed? But
Did you stop at like a gas station on your way here?
no,
Today was the
Very
first time John was ever on time in his life.
I was even late when I was born. I was supposed to be born on April 1st, and I was born on April 3rd. That
I was
camera went-
8 days late.
I mean, that doesn't mean you're a total joke.
Can you get that camera?
I don't know how to do that.
There's a red button on the back
There's
that
a
you
red
just
button
press.
on the back.
You just press
The
it and cry.
audience can't see my beautiful face right now,
Yeah, they can.
Elliot.
Well, there's the third camera.
This is just a suggestion. I know that we were kind of probably on a topic before, but I'm going to branch it over because I had an idea.
Okay.
How would you guys feel as a group? Maybe not on podcast, but I would really like to try and do Dungeons and Dragons one time.
I was just thinking about that yesterday.
Emily and I used to play that when we were
literally
younger.
yesterday.
I want to.
I know it's a little nerdy and I know it's a little weird, but I think
Just
it would be a
little bit.
great time. I think it would be really fun. As
It's
a
a
group.
lot.
It is a
It
lot.
It is a lot, but we do have people, and I'm sure that other people like Brayden would probably be down for it.
Brian,
I know
Bob's
me and
starting an
Cora are
online
down
one over
for it.
Discord.
Dylan
I'm assuming
plays.
you got Dylan play.
I-
He host.
We need to have Dylan on this.
We need to have Dylan.
Oh,
Yeah.
he will shit his pants.
No, I think he would like
I
he
think
would
he'd
be a
love it.
star. He would be a
He could
shining
be.
star.
we
House
need
of
to
Lynn
have
Gaming.
Robert Jones.
Yeah.
If he
Robert
shows
Jones,
Yeah, if he
get
actually
your ass here.
My son, Robert Jones.
If Rob Jones is my grandchild.
Well, he's my son, so that makes
Yeah.
me your.
No, we talked about Brayden being a made-up character. Rob Jones is probably
Rob
the
is-
closest
is-
to
Yeah.
being a made-up
At this
character.
point, I think that Rob Jones is a
We
made-up
are more
character.
likely to have Brayden walk through a shot or accidentally be on an episode, whether it's by chance or by choice, than Robert Jones even being within a 10-mile radius of us while we record this podcast.
He's a great person.
We love
He
Rob.
is a great person, but he is elusive as a shiny Pokemon.
Did you guys say that it was harder to get to him than it was to me? Like, just
Oh.
trying to get a hold of me.
Oh,
Get-
yeah.
Getting
Kuba-
a hold of you is a piece of
Kuba,
cake.
your antenna on your
Compared to
phone
him.
is broken, and I am impressed. Kuba used to never answer me ever in my life, like even when we were best friends in high school. And now I will call him, and 9 times out of 10, he'll pick up.
Yeah.
If his antenna is not broken, in which case I'll FaceTime him, and most of the time he'll still pick up. He'll also respond to my snaps occasionally.
Kuba loves. I just kicked your water. Kuba loves to FaceTime.
Yeah, Kuba does.
Kuba's
That's
the
the
only
o-
one
that's
that
the
I
only
ever
thing I really
consistently
have
get
now.
FaceTimes from.
Yeah.
It's his most active form of communication, to say the least.
Kuba FaceTimed me while I was driving on like Wednesday
I
last
didn't
week when the
realize
roads
it
were
there
really
at the
fucked.
moment.
And
Yeah.
he's literally just there, completely ignoring at me, yelling at him that I'm driving in bad weather,
didn't
ranting to
realize-
me
Still
about
talking.
how awesome the Minecraft server is.
Look, when Kuba has his heart set on something,
Oh my
he
God. I
doesn't
get it, though.
care
I
what,
don't-
what
I
you
don't
have
bullshit.
to say.
he will. He doesn't care what you have to say.
Well-
he will talk to you.
So I realized recently that for considering Gen Z standards, we are pretty ballsy because we will like cold call each other. Because like I know a lot of people my age that like they expect a text like, "Hey, can I call you?" And like I still do it occasionally if it's gonna be like if I know it's gonna be like a long phone call, like when we're calling to discuss the podcast or something, I'll be like, "Hey, do you have a minute to talk?" But if it's just like, "What are you doing? Are you coming over? What are you doing right now? Do you want to hang out?"
I prefer phone calls.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
I do too.
I
Oh,
easier
does
than
John prefer
Yeah, what
phone
is John-
calls?
Dude, you will call me. Sometimes like I'm either not at my phone or I just won't answer. Then you call me again and then I answer. I normally answer on the second time.
all you have to do. Listen, all you have to do is if you don't want to talk to me when I call you the first time, send me a text message that says, "I can't call right now, and I can't text. Can I text you later?" And then don't forget.
Send,
Okay,
a
but
text
no.
send a text message that says I can't text. That's literally what you just
I'm
said.
saying, like, I can't have a long. I'm busy right now. I can't have a long call or text conversation. Is basically what I mean.
John will call me, and then he'll call me again within like 5 minutes, and then I'll answer, and then I'll normally just give you like, when have I ever just said yes? Like, no matter who is texting me, if they're trying to like hang out with me or something or like do anything with me, when do I say yes outright?
Never.
I always give a maybe, and then
Even
I
if
call
the
you
answer-
back
Except
like 20
perhaps.
minutes. Yeah,
No,
I just
no,
picked
say
that up because
No,
Kuba.
Kuba says perhaps a lot.
You never give me a yes or a no. And it pisses me off to no end because it's as simple as me and Kuba are on Xbox. We're waiting for someone to play with. We want you to hop on. And you're like, maybe if my sister gets
Hold the
on,
mic
when
straight in
is
front of
she
your mouth.
when is she getting on? It's like, well, she's not home yet. She's half an hour away. It's like, do you think she'll be on right when she gets home? And you're like, no, probably not. So I'm like, oh, so that's already at least probably 45 to 50 minutes from now until you maybe hop on. It's like, well, I could sit here and wait for you for upwards of an hour on a possibility, or I could find someone else if you just fucking tell me no.
No, you can't even say that because the
It
other
literally
day,
just happened 2 days ago.
the other day when you wanted me to get on Battlefront, you said, "Okay, I'll be back.
delegated
I'm
you
gonna
into
go
calling
make
him."
breakfast." I sat there for over an hour at the main menu on my phone, and
was-
then I said, "Fuck this," and I got off. And you called me 20 minutes later. I was like, "I'm not getting on."
You could have, first of all, you could have told me that. Second of all, I did go down and I made breakfast for me and my girlfriend, and I apologize, but it would have been just as simple as you texting me and saying, "Hey, are you coming back?" And I would have said, "Oh shit, I didn't realize how long it's been. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll be right there."
See, but I'm too lazy.
Communicate. Communicate.
My biggest piece of
Communicate.
advice to everyone out there is go into life with the confidence of John trying to explain himself.
When I start to make a point, there is no stopping me. I'm like a rhino on meth,
And sometimes you need to sedate that rhino.
but he's already on meth. He'll be out in 10 minutes.
I often wish that I could sedate you.
I understand. Go to our GoFundMe page for the John branded Trank
We don't
gun.
have a GoFundMe page, guys.
Why would we start a GoFundMe
Why'd you
page?
interrupt me? You didn't even hear what I said.
We almost
said
started a
GoFundMe.
I said to the
Huh?
GoFundMe for the John labeled Trank gun. Tranquilizer gun. For
That's
We
stupid.
almost started a GoFundMe.
For what?
Why?
I wanted to open up a Chick-fil-A,
Did it work?
and I need it.
How many
Dude,
did you get?
Oh, I will
the
never
rules
know.
of Chick-fil-A, like to
Wait.
be a business owner of a Chick-fil-A is insane. There's
But
a
like
whole
that
list.
homophobic chicken is so fucking good.
They're inclusive. They had a thing where they gave out sandwiches to people of pride.
No, they
Wait,
Yes,
didn't.
they did. They gave out free chicken sandwiches.
I
to
never
gay
heard
people.
of that. That
They really
that's
did
kind
that
of
for
odd.
a day. Look
Like,
it up. They really did
yeah,
that for a day.
if you're this sexuality, here's a free sandwich. Like that's just weird.
They were apologizing to try and say like we never said that we hated gay people. Like
They also previously donated money to gay conversion therapy.
people change.
So
No, they
they
haven't
are trying to
changed.
apologize. For,
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
Fuck
tell you.
Chick-fil-A.
People
fuck
change.
Fuck Chick-fil-A.
Fuck
I would-
Chick-fil-A, but also
I would
Chick-fil-A.
I would literally make sweet, sweet love to those
Feed the herd.
beautiful chicken nuggets.
A man. Oh, I thought you were gonna say chicken sandwich, and I was gonna say a man already did that to a McDonald's McChicken. Continue.
Feed the herd.
Feed the herd.
Forgot that happened.
Let's talk.
Was
for
that a
second.
Florida man?
Probably.
Probably. Let's talk for a second about how I don't know how many Chick-fil-A's offer it, but there was a Chick-fil-A near us that offered a special deal of 4 chicken sandwiches, 4 large waffle fries, a gallon of whatever drink you want, and 4 large chocolate chip cookies for what was it, Cuba? Was it 24?
I want to say yeah.
It was
20.
So, like,
24 $24.99, I think it was, if I remember right. $24.99 for all that.
Are you talking about a bundle box?
A
It was basically
Chick-fil-A
a
bundle
Chick-fil-A
box.
bundle
What?
box.
I would scream.
That's
The
crazy.
one in the mall is the one that had it.
I gotta get that.
I got a gallon of
I would literally
lemonade
get
with
it just for myself.
You
Their
could.
fucking lemonade. I would.
Their fresh lemonade is
The cheese sauce.
best
The
thing
cheese
in
sauce is
world.
pretty fire.
Their cheese. Oh, their
When it's
white,
warm.
the
oh.
beer cheese, the white beer.
Their mac and cheese.
You're gonna make me cheese.
Oh,
my
I want to
ass.
try their mac and cheese.
It's
I've heard
so
it's really good.
It's so good. Like I've had a lot of mac and cheese in my life.
Chick-fil-A's
It's-
hit.
You guys want to
It's
take
good.
a field trip tonight?
Yeah, is there a Chick-fil-A nearby?
The closest one's Allentown.
Is it?
Damn, bro.
If we're going there, then
I'm gonna
we're
investigate
we're
though.
gonna
That's
do
a
pit
hike.
stop
There's
first.
one in Bloomsburg.
That's not too bad.
Isn't there
That's
one in
slightly
Pottsville?
closer than Allentown.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
cutting
sure
this
there's
out.
one in Pottsville. Is there not one in
No.
Pottsville?
No.
Wait.
I would know about it. So guys, we all love Chick-fil-A, but another thing that all of us love is Avatar.
Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
No, fucking God, John.
We
went
gotta
over
find
this
the
already.
time to do it. But yes, everyone, let's get serious. Come on, come close. Come
Let's
close
get
to
serious.
Daddy.
John, don't.
your-
No
Take
one's
your
getting
game
closer
shoes
to
off
daddy.
and
Don't
put your
ever call
bedroom-
yourself daddy
and
again.
put your bedroom slippers
Even though
on.
I'm
'Cause
baby,
right now we're
do not
about to,
call yourself
we're
daddy.
about to cuddle up,
Shut the
and
fuck
we're gonna
up.
talk about our sweet baby Avatar. Let's get into it, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
hated that.
I loved it. Every second of it.
I hated it.
Hi, I'm Ron Burgundy, and stay classy, San Diego.
And I'm a fat
Would you like to
cunt.
lead off on our Avatar speakings as as its biggest supporter, most
So-
likely?
Avatar: The Last Airbender, though.
Yes.
Not-
not,
oh,
not
yeah.
the
Not the
fucking
blue.
giant blue people. No. Oh.
Oh, I should have said that. That
oh.
camera stopped.
Oh, in one of my classes this semester, the professor would always start out with like a random question before like everybody got into the Zoom. And one of them was, what's your favorite TV series? Or like, what's a TV series that you watch most often? Or no, I think he said movie because I said, I know it's not a movie, but I watch Avatar a lot. And he was
Okay.
like, Avatar's a movie?
Uncultured.
And I was like, well, there is an Avatar movie, but it sucked. And he's like, you mean that who directed the one with the giant blue people?
Oh, if I don't get
Michael
this.
Bay?
James Cameron.
Is it?
No, it was James Cameron.
It was.
I was gonna say, I don't think it was Michael Bay.
No,
I just wanted to see if
said-
someone would
he
fight me.
said like the James Cameron one that like got all those awards and it was like critically acclaimed.
Yeah,
that
it
one
made,
sucked.
like,
Now it-
billions of dollars.
No, and I was like, no, not that Avatar. I'm talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. And
No,
he's
the
like,
Avatar live action.
We don't talk about that.
no.
I think we should give it a second. Not to redeem itself. That movie is a burning pile of dumpster garbage. It is on fire. It smells like shit. There's probably raccoons in there.
It is
Time
that
on it.
bad that it
they
does not
tried
deserve.
to cover. They tried to cover. What is your favorite episode of Avatar?
Winter solstice.
They tried to cover, and you know this, they tried to cover the winter solstice in a live action. One of the best written, performed, and animated pieces of animated history. In the
Animated
a-
pieces of animated.
Yeah, I
history.
know. I'm rambling a little bit. I'm not taking as
You're
much time to
always
think.
more
About it.
than
I'm
a little
always
bit.
rambling. But what I'm saying is that movie is garbage compared to the animated version. They tried to take on the animated version, how good it was, and it was made horribly.
Oh,
M.
yeah.
Night Shyamalan failed. That is an M. Night Shyamalan
But the thing
movie,
about
in
M
case you
Night
didn't know.
is his movies are either like so good or like unbearable.
Well, then he should fucking wait until they're good. like, like that was a burning.
Like Split
That
was
dumpster was on
so fucking good.
That
Okay,
whole
I've
trilogy.
seen
That movie was
trilogy.
good.
Yeah.
I never got to
Unbreak-
see that.
You
We
never
saw it in theaters.
Split,
It was
Unbreakable, and
Glass.
It went.
Glass.
Yeah, it went Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
those movies.
James McAvoy should have won the Oscar.
I love James McAvoy.
I love that man.
I loved him from the first time that I laid my eyes upon him in X-Men First Class.
That's the first thing I remember him being in.
Let's start off with this. What's everybody's like favorite episode, most standout episode to you? Like if you were to just randomly put on an episode, what would it be?
May I go first?
Sure.
If I'm allowed to pick any episode, I would pick the episode where Sokka forges his sword.
That's a good one.
Master.
It is my Sokka's master. My my favorite episode. I love it so much. I love everything about it. I love that Toph has to find the meteorite in the first place, and then she finds out she can bend it, which confuses me quite a bit because let's discuss the fact that earthbenders can only, in their thought processes, bend Earth. That meteorite is not of Earth. It is something else, which makes me think that Toph may be a very advanced bender, but also
You think that she's
you
an
think that she's an advanced bender?
well, she's definitely an advanced bender. She invented metal bending.
Mendel
Oh,
bending.
Mendel bending. Grendel bending.
I was just gonna say that.
It's when you throw Grendels at people.
What about you, Kuba?
My favorite episode by far has to be the library.
That was mine for a while, but
It's still mine.
I do love that.
mhm.
Especially the weird, not needed self-sacrifice of that weird explorer at the end. He's like, you
Yeah.
guys go. I would gladly die here. It's like, well, you're gonna. So, are you sure you don't want to come? It's like, nah, that owl looks cool. It's like, he'll kill you.
I love those like all the like tertiary characters in that show are so funny.
They're
They're
iconic.
So,
Yeah.
They're so well written.
Yeah.
Does
Mhm.
anyone remember the professor's name? Or was it just, did he have a name? Because, like, I used
think
to.
He has a name. What is it?
Begins with a Y.
It's
No,
really
that's-
short.
the name of Fry's character from Futurama.
What's your favorite episode, Miss Emily?
The Deserter. Zhang. He's one of my favorite characters.
Mhm.
Just his whole transition and his whole like demeanor after being smoked by Roku.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
just torn a new one.
love when Aang fucks with General Shao on the boats.
I love in that
can't
episode
beat
when
him,
he's like,
but I can fuck with him.
I love when in that episode when he's like, I will not teach you. I will not teach you. And then like just like that, he's like, okay, I'll teach you. It's
He's like-
so funny.
I don't know why, but
pre-
I thought you would
Be
be
better
better
than Zuko.
Oh, that line gets me every time.
Yeah.
I personally love the swamp episode.
Oh, the one when they find the swamp benders?
Interesting
Yeah,
choice.
Like when there's the what's his
The one
name?
where the swamp's pulling Aang down.
Yeah.
No. But also isn't that the one where the actual swamp monster? What's his name?
Yeah.
The guy that pilots it.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but where
Same
he-
episode.
Oh, also speaking of him, I also love the episode when like all those characters come back to like help fight the Fire Nation.
Oh,
I love
his,
that episode.
His line makes me laugh every time. It's like, "Where have you been?" It's like, "Takes a while to collect this much seaweed," and then it's just a giant monster of fucking seaweed.
But-
Can you imagine being a Fire Nation soldier at that time?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
just,
Just
standing there, it's
seeing
like,
that.
We're ready to fight the. What the fuck is that thing? Is that a spirit? Do they have spirits on their side? Are we the bad guys?
But the swamp episodes, they're the ones that I remember from like when it was originally airing when we were kids.
Oh yeah,
Those are like the ones that like I actually remember being on TV.
because they were always on rerun. The
Yeah.
good episodes
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
never on rerun. Like, the series finale. When fucking the most powerful dictator in the world
Also,
gets
spoiler
clapped
alert.
gets clapped by a 12-year-old. He gets goatee grabbed and then clapped by a 12-year-old. That is one of the best scenes in that show by far too, when Aang is almost completely overtaken by the evil, and then it shines back that one blue light.
Yeah.
It launched the whole MCU, if anyone gets that joke.
Okay.
Every MCU movie has a fucking blue beam to sky in some way.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Have you seen any of the Marvel movies? Any of the
Yeah.
MCU movies?
I'm sorry, were we
I'm-
talking about Marvel?
No, but I'm doing a quick. No, but I'm doing a quick thing. As a
What
joke.
is-
You're done.
No,
You're
I
done.
have to say this just to prove a point to him. Iron Man 1, when what's it called? When Obadiah Stane falls in the reactor, that giant blue beam that shoots into space. Thor.
Dude, I
blue
haven't
beams.
watched every Marvel movie. It's pointless.
Okay, Avengers.
Our
There-
audience just
a
laughed.
shit ton of Marvel movies. No, not necessarily. Some people enjoy Marvel's really popular. Bold of you to assume someone that's watching this podcast about Avatar doesn't also like Marvel movies.
Okay.
Do
I
you
think
like
you've
Marvel
said it already.
movies?
We're done.
He
I think you've said it already, but what's your favorite episode?
Winter Solstice Part 1. It's so well written, and I enjoyed the episode the first time I rewatched the entire thing. But going back to that episode, it shows like how much the characters have grown.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like comparing that to any episode in season 3, it stands out. Like you can tell in that Aang is still a child and he's still like learning what to do. It's just such like a great example, and it's so like there's so many parts to it, but like everything's distinct.
Oh, I also I forgot to mention this. I also love the episode where they're at season 3 when they're at the air temple and Zuko comes back like to join their team.
He's talking to the frog.
Yeah, I love that scene.
When it pans
Hey.
over, she's like, "Ribbit."
Zuko here. I guess you probably already know me, sort of. I love that episode.
It's so sad, but like so like
It's so
wow,
adorable.
You're a person.
No, you know what's a great episode is probably up there with The Deserter in my opinion. Like being my favorite is I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one where it's first season everybody comes together. They're being chased because Appa's shedding.
Yeah,
That's called
yeah.
The Chase, and that's in season 2.
It is the chase. Yeah.
the one where what's her
Because Toph
face?
is in that.
Azula,
Azula,
is
Tylee,
chasing.
and
Oh,
May.
yeah,
yeah.
Tylee, May, and Azula are chasing
Yeah,
them on
they're
the lizards.
yeah.
And the lizards can smell. There was one thing I wanted to say.
Also,
earlier.
can we talk about the like crazy cracked up animals in that show?
Oh, they're the
They're
ungodly.
insane.
And then there's a bear.
yeah. There's a bear.
The ungodly creations of everything, from something simple like what is it, turtle ducks?
Yeah.
To like, and then
A
they have
flying
the
boar.
platypus bear, and then they just have a regular bear, like you said.
Yeah.
Like the Earth King's pet is it's like Bosco, my
The bear.
It's like a special like a platypus bear, like a
Nope.
something where he's like nah, he's
Just a bear.
He's a bear.
What about
Just a bear.
Flopsy?
Oh, you mean
This town is
mean-
weird.
So there was one thing I wanted to say earlier. You said
No.
that you remembered in the Winter Solstice Part 1. about how you realize that Aang is still a child. In that. What to you guys is the moment in whether it's season 2, 3, or maybe even 1 where you actually thought like, fuck, Aang might be a 12-year-old, but has the mindset of an adult and he's ready to take this. The moment for me that sticks out is when Aang is standing at the foot of the volcano with his broken staff and he spins it and jams it right into the ground, and as he walks away it catches on fire. That to me is the moment like,
It's like, whoa.
oh fuck. Like
He is forever
he's
changed
mad.
after that moment.
Shit serious at that moment.
he angry.
See, but for me, I don't really see it until the season finale.
Really? I don't
Just because when he finally unlocks the last chakra, that's when he is like fully just like understanding everything. He understands every situation that he's in then because he's at like complete peace with himself.
He might be 12, but he's generations old.
Oh,
like
yeah.
hundreds of every lifetime of every Avatar knowledge. That's everything.
Well, for me, it's the episode where him and Zuko go to the what is it?
Oh, the Dragon
Dragon of the Wild.
The sun.
Oh, the Dragon
sun
Dance.
Sun Dragon.
Temple.
Dragon Dance episode.
Because
What?
he
No, what are
gave-
they called? The Sun Warriors.
people.
Sun
The Sun Warriors, yeah.
Is that what they are? Yeah.
But
Or the people of the sun or something. It's something like that. I don't know.
simply
It's-
like their relationship on how much it grew in that one episode, because Aang gave Zuko so many different opportunities to be friends with him, and it was constantly shut down, and he pretty much disdained Zuko for the 3rd season. And then when Zuko finally comes back and he's really trying, Aang wants nothing to do with him.
That's another
Or when is it in? It's in either book 1 or book 2.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Zuko literally shows up to kill Aang, and then they got caught in the snowstorm.
When he's the blue or the blue dragon
Blue
or
spirit.
yeah,
the blue spirit.
Yeah, when they get caught in the snowstorm, and then Avatar or Aang literally saves the guy who came to kill him.
Yeah. And then as Zuko wakes up in the forest, it's after he gets shot by the arrow by the
We're talking about
those
two
are
separate.
Those are two different episodes.
He's talking about the end of season 1, the season finale. You're talking about the Blue Spirit episode.
I was talking about the one where he gets shot in the forehead.
Yeah,
by
that's the Blue
archer.
Spirit
it's the Blue
episode.
Spirit
Oh,
episode.
I was mixing up
I'm
episodes.
talking about in book 1 when Zuko literally shows up to kill Aang,
Yeah.
and they got caught in the snowstorm in that like cave or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then
He
Aang
kidnapped
saves
him
him.
when
yeah,
he was,
Aang
when
literally
he was-
saves the person that
Yeah.
came to
in the
murder
Avatar
him.
yeah.
That came to mark his ass.
Gotcha. I missed the part. I didn't hear snowstorm. I was thinking of that just because when Zuko wakes up in that forest, you remember what he
Yeah.
says to him.
Is that also the episode with the frogs and like the crazy medicine
Yeah.
woman?
Yeah.
Also, that
that's that
medicine
one.
woman is me. That's gonna be me as like an old person living on the top of a mountain with all of my plants.
It's like this one can heal you.
Any episode with the Blue Spirit in it is so enjoyable.
I love the way that it cuts that scene at the end of Blue Spirit. When I forget what the instrument's called, but I think it's the one that you hear over in India all the time. It's that weird kind of vibrating
Sitar?
like sitar. Yeah, that.
Wow.
When
Good
that
shit. I wouldn't
That
have
was
known
impressive. I would never have come up with that
I'm
name.
a musician.
Yes.
But it fades in when Zuko's waking up with that sitar music
Yeah.
and Aang's sitting in the trees like, I used to have a friend who lived in the Fire Nation 100 years ago. I used to visit him all the time, and we were best friends, and we used to get in and out of so much trouble together.
Yeah, and isn't it
Do you
Boomy?
think- yeah. Or no, it's not Boomy. That's the Earth King.
Yeah, but they
But
were friends.
No, he was friends with a Fire Nation kid. I think he said his name was.
Oh,
something.
Kuzan.
Okay, yeah.
Kuzan.
Kuzan.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're not talking about Aang. You're talking
No,
about
Aang says it to Zuko as he's waking up, and he's like, "We used to be friends so many years ago, back when there was peace, and we were the best of friends. Do you think we could ever be friends like that?" Because they're from Air and Fire Nation, and then he fire blasts, and Aang just
Yeah.
zips around the trees right out. But like, and then Zuko's left standing there after he did that one fire blast. He's like, "But wait," and it like that moment of pause,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to black. There was a lot of power in that.
yeah.
That episode is
That was
just
a
like
lot of foreshadowing.
There's a lot of like so many. I don't even know like
Character building episodes.
There's
not
they
what I was gonna say,
filled
but yes.
every
almost
episode is a
every
character.
plot hole that could be. Like you can't. It's so hard
Yeah.
to find a plot hole. Other than hockey.
Wait, what?
What
Whatever
happened to hockey?
Sokka's messenger bird when they're pretending to be the
Oh,
Fire
yeah.
Nation people.
Hockey.
How he just like flew away and never came back.
I don't remember.
He
thought we
delivered
talked
Toph's
about that.
message to her parents and then just never showed back up.
Oh yeah. Okay. I always get that mixed up because of the one scene when they're on the burning airship, and Toph is just like, "What happened? Did Boomerang come back?" And Sokka goes, "No, but Suki did." And for some reason in my brain it got stuck, and it was just Sokka saying, "No, but Hockey did." Can you imagine?
I would have never thought of that.
Hockey showing up on that scene and just like, I don't know, does
Just
something.
pulling one of the soldiers off the
He
platform.
flies
and
into
just
like the
let him
engine
go to
room or
his
something,
death.
pulls out the pilot, makes the pilot drop out of the airship, and they're just like, well, shit, we have a new airship that we can get in.
So, for all of you out there who don't follow us on Instagram, which why aren't you?
Yeah.
First of all,
We're
House.of.Lynn.
people.
just to show how
Mag is
obsessed
not.
with the show we all are. What was your Halloween costume?
I was Aang.
But
Fire Nation Aang. Season 3.
I was Zuko.
Tara.
Fire Nation Katara.
I was Fire Nation Sokka season 3.
And Kuba didn't show up.
I custom made my costume.
You
Yeah,
got.
Kuba
You would have
didn't
made me
show
go
up.
as Zyro.
I would have.
Yeah.
You should
I
have
wanted
gone
you to
as
be
I
Appa.
would've won as Iroh.
But also Brayden could be Appa because he's so hairy.
Brayden would
We
have
talked
been
about
We
that
talk
in the
about
last
Brayden
episode.
again.
We also talked about how hairy Brayden is in the
Yeah.
last episode.
I wonder what
He
they
could have
picture.
shaved an arrow like
What
all
do
the way up his back.
He really could have. It's like a carpet back there. Have you ever seen him swim? He's hydrophobic. Water doesn't touch his skin. It just forms a nightly.
beads off of his
It beads off of
dense
his
fur.
off his dense fur. What these people are gonna think Brayden is Sasquatch. Brayden is a ginger. Actually, Brayden is kind of a ginger Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah.
ginger Sasquatch lumberjack uncle best friend. buddy.
Emily's luck.
He's our hero. If you saw Brayden, you'd think of Pancakes. He's not for fatness
Pancakes?
reasons or anything like that.
What?
But if you just see, in my eyes, whenever I see,
Pancakes?
because he's a lumberjack. For some reason, whenever I see Brayden, I think of pancakes. I think of an axe, a red flannel shirt, and pancakes. I don't know why.
You're getting real close to having your mic turned off.
But that's not like anything.
off topic.
We need a button.
That's the last thing that we need because we would press that way too much.
No,
Yeah.
you need a button.
The batteries
for
would
me.
die before the end of the episode.
You need
Yeah.
a button for me that just says John stop.
You're rambling. No, a shock collar.
Oh yeah.
I actually
was
know
mentioned.
someone that put a shock collar on themselves and then shocked
I don't
themselves
understand
with
why-
it.
Oh wait,
do
just
that.
borrow Margot's.
Oh God, no.
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
I think it'd be a great idea.
Have you guys actually ever read through fan theories like
Too
for
many.
Avatar? Because some of them are outstanding.
And insane.
Yeah.
And like make you reevaluate the entire program.
Oh yeah.
Program.
What are your personal fan theories? Like, and let's start off with the easiest ones, which are obviously post show, like before anything that's explained canon.
I
and
thought Toph
Korra.
was a lesbian.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought so too, and then I found out in Korra that she wasn't. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
good.
she
Yeah.
bitch had two husbands.
Had two of them.
Two baby daddies.
She was a blind police chief, and she had two husbands. What a life! Powerful life. Can you imagine her autobiography? It'd probably be a lot of mumbo jumbo because she can't write. But
Well, that even leads into one of the biggest fan theories that Sokka and Toph got together.
That's one that I always
That's-
thought until I saw.
It was
Tom.
But wasn't that confirmed untrue in
Yeah.
Korra?
Yeah.
it was also never stated what happened to Suki. What happened with Sokka and Suki?
Yeah,
What happened to
we still don't
Sokka?
know like
All
like
we know
who Sokka married
was
or
just
if he had
huge
kids or
plot.
anything like that.
As far as we know, he had no kids, but we did know that he got fucked up by what's his name? No, was it Noah Tuck? or was
Noah
it-
yeah.
No, that was the kid.
No, it was Noah Tuck's dad.
Yeah, what's his
Tarlock.
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 He got fucked up by Tarlock at that
Council
council
Or no,
meeting.
No,
No, it was-
Tarlock was
No, it was
Noah
Tarlock.
Tuck's brother.
No, Tarlock was.
Yeah, Tarlock was Noah Tuck's brother.
There's a
the
lot
one
of
who was on the
Ox.
council.
There's a lot of Ox in Legend of Korra. A lot of the
Maybe.
names are fucking weird like that.
Yeah. I feel
No,
like everyone
yeah.
in Avatar has a distinct
Well,
name.
it's also weird in that little trilogy right there because there's the dad who changed his name, the brother who changed his name, and the other brother who didn't change his name.
Yeah.
Councilman Tarlock is one of the kids. Noatak is the original name of Amon.
Of the other
And
Yes.
oh, it's coming to
What's the dad's name though?
I'm
can't
working
remember.
on
the
that.
guy who he was the bloodbender criminal
Yeah.
who Avatar Aang took his bending away.
I'm picturing the scene in my head where he's
Yes.
in the courtroom with
Yes,
Aang,
and
but
then
I
he
can't
ran
remember his
and then he
name.
ran away to the Southern Water Tribe, changed his name, got like facial reconstruction,
kids. That- which
married
is-
that bitch, and then had
The two
Noah
kids.
Tuck and
And then-
Tarlock.
and
Yeah.
then fucked up
And
those
then
two
trained
kids.
that trained them to be bloodbenders. But what was his name? Judy Judy Bo Booty Banana Fana
Booty.
Yukon.
Yeah.
Shut it off.
It
That took a
literally
second
came
off.
up as that.
Yukon. Is it Yukon or Yukon?
You cone.
Yukon.
Cone.
Like
N.
Egg.
like ice cream cone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what did he change his name to? Does anyone remember that? Probably not.
That I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. That's not the point.
Yeah.
But again, that whole trilogy is weird because there's the two name changes and the one who's just regular person who hides his identity.
Yeah.
But that whole scene, like the end of that episode when Noah Talk and Tarlock.
That's a good episode of Korra.
it is a really
Season
powerful
1 is really the
episode.
only part of Korra for me that feels complete.
Yeah, I agree. I
yeah,
like
season 3 is a little. No,
season 2
4.
is fucked.
Season
two
3
is
needed more
fucky,
build-up.
fucky. I hate. Okay, I like season 4 a little bit because I liked what's her name? I can't remember.
Kavira.
Colvera. I loved Colvera as a villain. She was great to me. But when they pulled out the giant platinum mech thing,
Yeah.
I had a lot of questions. It's like, it's platinum, so they can't bend it. It's like, but we already confirmed later in the episode that the inside of the thing is made of bendable metal. So, like, why weren't they just getting kind of close around the feet and just fucking up their legs? Like, there's a lot of plot holes in that whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, also, they installed windshield wipers on the battle mech to protect from paint balloons. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure they did. I'm sure in their giant, massive war campaign, when they already probably took forever to build this giant mech.
They were like,
which is-
don't forget the windshield wipers.
It's like, while we're at it, do you want to make sure that the whole...
visibility is our number one priority.
Exactly. It's like, while you're at it, do you want to make sure that the main reactor's in the middle of the thing so that when the arm gets cut off, it's not completely useless? Also, do you want us to make it platinum on the inside so that they can't bend any of it? It's like, nah, forget that last part. We don't have enough time. But the windshield wipers...
Julie, do the thing.
Julie, do the thing. Also, another part of that, when Asami's dad has to go in the hummingbird and he sacrifices his life just so they can cut a hole in it to get in. Very fucking powerful moment after the redemption arc that he had to go through.
I hate him more than I hate Jet.
I hate him
Ditto.
originally more than I hate Jet, but I think that his redemption at the end was kind
have
of...
to agree.
Can
It
you
was
go
an
on your
all-
rant about Jet, please?
Jet's my baby. I love Jet. I think he made
I don't
terrible mistakes. I'm not a fan, but I do defend Jet because I think he gets a lot of shit for being
I
what?
agree.
He's like 16.
Yeah.
Like
15? I thought he was like 1 year older than Katara. Isn't Katara for like 14 canonically?
yeah,
Yeah.
around that age.
In Avatar, at least.
But like I look at Jet didn't die, but Jet ultimately
Yes, Jet died.
Yeah.
Jet
died.
They confirmed it.
Yeah, but I mean that was the whole.
Mhm.
I don't think he deserved to die. Like that death scene was one of the most heartbreaking moments.
I think it is so powerful
Yeah.
though, because they don't show death in that,
I am.
Yeah.
and the fact that like they put that in there just shows like
They had to.
fuck.
They
Yeah.
had when Nickelodeon wouldn't let them kill
Yeah.
Jet. Like wouldn't let them even allude to them basically killing Jet. But the writers later confirmed Jet fucking died. Like,
Yeah.
he was dead, and they saw his dead body, and that was a real thing that happened. They just couldn't show it on kids' TV. It's rated Y7.
I also love the scene at the end of Korra when. What? It's Asami and Korra at the end when they're like, "Let's go on a vacation together" or
Oh,
something.
yeah, when they
and then
kinda-
and then later the writers confirm that
Yeah, that
they end up together.
that they're together, and that's a great thing. Like that they kind of did that in a. The thing that I don't like, why some people get it confused that they think I have like different views in them or whatever. I don't hate that stuff, and I love when that comes into play in TV and stuff like that. I hate when it's the focus though. Like it doesn't need to be the focus.
Relationships
think-
shouldn't be
I
the
do
focus
think
of a kid's
Any
TV show.
relationship.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Avatar and Aang, or I didn't like the Aang and Katara thing for a lot of it either.
Yeah.
I liked the story. That's what it was there for. Like the relationship is part of it, and I get that it's building it. but
Oh, you're in love. Congratulations.
it
Yeah.
doesn't need to be the center of it. And I hate when there's those giant romantic sacrifices at the
Yeah.
end where it's like, well, for some reason Asami had to die after they like just were forming something. It's like, well, you don't like build that whole thing and then just fucking kill her.
I think one thing that
or like anything like that.
I
don't.
think
Sorry.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. I think one thing that Avatar and Legend of Korra do really, really well is when it comes to relationships in the series, it's done tastefully.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like you can even see, and I mean, there was a whole
The
controversy when I can't say that word, but when they announced Korra and Asami getting together, but you can see the build in the relationship over
Yeah.
time too.
The only thing that bothers me about it is I don't like how Korra basically went out with everyone in that group. it feels so
Damn,
cliche.
Except
She
my
made her-
man Bolin, who honestly
They went on a
I would-
date though.
I would
Bolin
marry
deserved it.
I would marry Bolin.
Bolin was the nicest person. That man put in work. That man was in love with her.
Yeah.
Did everything he could. And she's just like, Mako!
Yeah.
Fireboy!
Yeah,
at
she
his
basically
hair.
basically she just like went out with Bolin and then fucked Mako.
Yeah. Like on the same date, too. Like,
Literally.
Bolin came back with flowers and she was making out with Mako. It's like, that is my brother, goddammit. Can you imagine if he came in and just like actually angrily said something
That
to
scene
her?
was like the most heartbreaking thing ever.
was so
Bolin comes
sad.
in with flowers and then just bursts into tears and runs away.
Wasn't
Or
Pabu-
a
It was
freaking
so
soap
sad.
opera.
Wasn't
Like,
She is.
Wasn't Pabu on his shoulder too?
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, you made the panda cry.
And he's like, Pabu, you're the only one who's there for me.
You're the only one who's ever there for me. And then he like walks away somberly. Like that was worse. It was worse than if he would have like flipped out and gotten angry at her.
Oh, yeah.
He was just like, I accept.
I'm
my
not a
fate."
huge fan of the Yue and Sokka relationship.
I
Me
don't
either.
like Yue.
I don't like her.
Neither. Do
It's
I.
not that I don't like her, but she's so underdeveloped.
No,
Wait,
I
who
like
is
Jet
she?
more than Yue.
Oh, moon bitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yue, I
Fish.
mean, good on her for sacrificing her life. I mean, that was literally what she was made to do. So,
Wait, but
props
how
to you
about-
for doing your job.
How about the scene with Zuko and Sokka when they're in the air balloon? And he's like, my girlfriend did something.
It's like I left my girlfriend back in the fire. I
yeah.
left my girlfriend back in the Fire Nation to come here. And
My
Sokka's
girlfriend turned
"My-
into the
My first
moon."
girlfriend turned into the moon. He's like,
That's rough, buddy.
Can you imagine being like Zuko in that situation? You're like, these people, they're actually like kind of normal. Like they're real human people. It's like my girlfriend turned into the moon. It's like I might have been wrong. It's like maybe this was a bad decision. Should I go back to the Fire Nation? Oh, if only Uncle was here. I love how many times he says that too when he's not with Uncle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even though he
When he's
basically just
not
shoves
with
him out.
Uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's such a sweetheart though to his uncle. Like the scenes when he's just like, I have a joke. Uncle taught me. It's like, well, Uncle tells it better. It's like, yeah, it's because Uncle remembers the whole thing. It's like, yeah. And then he like, there's that moment of anger in his eyes where he's like, and then everyone starts laughing. He's just like,
I love Good Zuko. Good Zuko is so funny.
he's like,
Sifu Hotman.
What do you guys think is the saddest episode?
Saddest?
Oh,
Oh, Appa getting stolen.
probably.
That's
not
mine.
sad.
No, like
Did you just say that's not
you-
sad, dude?
dude.
That's depressing as hell.
You literally watch him get captured by the Sandbenders,
Okay.
and it goes through everything that happened
All right.
And
It
when-
is
until he got
pretty
back with
sad.
Aang.
It is
When
pretty sad.
when Suki finds him in the woods,
Mm-hmm.
he's just like
that
about to kill
broke
her.
my heart. That
like-
broke my sad little cold
It's like,
heart.
I think that's Appa. And he's just like, he's like, it's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. He's just like, I don't trust you. Oh, what about the scene where Appa is the samurai with 3 swords?
Oh
Standing
yeah.
Appa.
Yeah, and the hand
Dreams
placement,
and nightmares.
hand placement doesn't make any sense. He has
If
2
we're-
double swords and 1 single sword, but he has like 8 hands.
If we're looking at the series as a whole, it's Legend of Korra, I think, is one of the most saddest episodes in television. Is when the air temple gets like not overrun, but they're invaded, destroyed.
Yeah.
And like the battle scenes are powerful.
Oh, when they're kidnapped too.
Yeah, and they're
And-
kidnapped and
oh,
everything.
and she
Like
felt-
that.
Yeah, like that
scene-
kidnapping episode where they snuck into the city that Korra was staying in.
The fight scenes and the stakes. We need to stop talking about Korra so much.
I
but
know.
the fight scenes and the stakes in that show, or in that season 3, are so high.
I do think Korra deserves a chance in the spotlight
Yeah.
though, because it's so underrated.
Jinora.
we could have a second
love
episode on
Jinora.
Korra though.
But we
I
can
love Jinora.
do both. They're made to tie into each other, or else
Yeah,
they
they
wouldn't
are.
share the same lore.
There is a theory, and I think this might have been confirmed that
Just a theory.
Katara was set to be the Avatar. The way the cycle was set up, but since Aang was frozen for 100 years,
Yeah.
like he would have died in that time, but since he didn't, like if he would have died, Katara would have been the
Katara,
next
yeah.
Yeah,
Avatar.
they went to a water tribe.
Yeah, that's why
Mhm.
Korra
Person
got
Yeah,
it.
that's what
after
Korra.
Aang.
That's an interesting theory.
The makers were gonna make Toph the Avatar, but then the final fight scene would only be 20 seconds.
She was
long.
also supposed
Oh, she would have kicked.
yeah.
My god! Can you imagine how fast Toph would have killed Ozai?
without
shows
any,
mercy.
without
No
any
mercy.
conviction.
No
yeah,
mercy.
Aang shows all the mercy he has. If it was Toph,
Toph would have done.
She would've
wouldn't
just
have had
slammed him
he
in a
wouldn't have
mountain.
had any
Yeah.
teeth or anything left.
I have a question. Why does Toph's rock armor have eye holes?
So does Aang.
It has eye holes.
Oh.
The creators said that was just like a artistic like mess up. They didn't mean to
It
do
doesn't
that.
need to have eye holes. But still, though, can you imagine?
Oh, it took. I was like,
Oh yeah, when she puts
no,
herself
no,
in
no,
the
no,
rock.
no. I'm sitting here thinking like, it has eye holes because she needs to see. Oh wait, she's blind.
She doesn't need those eye holes.
The amount of blind jokes that she makes.
I know, it's so funny.
There it is. That's what it'll look like when one of you guys spots it. or when it's just like, and what is this? It's like, I don't know. Sounds like a piece of paper.
but I'm assuming to what's on the piece of paper.
Assuming you're referring to what's on the paper. And then it happens again later that episode. It's like, you guys keep forgetting, I'm blind.
No, when Aang and Sokka are going back and forth about writing a letter from Toph to Katara.
Oh, right. Toph can't write. It's like, well, what if we send one from Toph to Toph from Katara? It's like, I fear we'll run into the same problem.
I gotta say, Sokka, you continue to impress me with your ideas.
The relationship between Sokka and Aang is so pure too. Like, there's some real moments where Sokka's just like,
It's literally
fuck
like
you, Aang.
it's like you and Kuba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it was built even more. I think
I wish there was
Oh
more
my
scenes of it.
I was thinking about this earlier today, actually, on like things that we could discuss. The one thing, what is one thing we wish there was more of, less of?
Another season of Avatar.
No.
Just like, what do we wish there was more of or less of in Avatar? Mine is, I wish there was more like backstory, like, because I know they go over a lot in Korra of like the the past lives and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
But
Definitely.
I wish that there was more
very
of that. I wish they
mysterious.
explored that a little bit more.
The
in
past
Avatar.
lives thing kind of really goes only as deep as Kyoshi. Like, they don't push past that. They talk
Yeah.
about Roku
Mm-hmm.
and Kyoshi, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're just like, yeah, there was others, but like, they don't really push far past the
Yeah.
first episode where Aang is in the temple and the eyes light up, and he's just like, "Who are these?" And she's and Katara walks in and goes, "Well, these are all the other avatars."
I wish
Cool.
that there was. I don't think it needs it, but I wish there was more time in between when they got Toph and they were going to Ba Sing Se.
Yeah,
Seeing more of that
Yeah.
journey that they went through the entire Earth Kingdom,
Yeah.
because the Earth Kingdom is huge.
Plus, it was passive for the most part too, so it wasn't that they were necessarily going to have aggressive encounters everywhere.
Yeah,
Like
but
they did
like
in Fire Nation.
they did, but like they stopped at so many places.
True.
They honestly could.
They really like just
Avatar.
traveled and saw
Yeah.
everything.
They honestly.
Unfried dough.
I know it's
Kuba mentioned
iconic.
Avatar Day.
Oh
the
yeah.
unfried dough.
I know it's like iconic and like a fan favorite, but kind of overrated. They could have done that instead of the Tales of Ba Sing Se episode.
I like
But
Tales
then,
of
but then
I
we wouldn't-
agree, but I am so glad with the change of pace in the Tales of Ba Sing Se
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
I like
that,
Tales
but
of
then
Ba
we
Sing Se.
wouldn't. Yeah, if we didn't have the if we didn't have the Tales of Ba Sing Se episode, then we wouldn't be able to watch Earthbend a fucking zoo.
I think one thing I just thought of this now. One thing that should have been brought in more was the Fire Nation's perspective on the whole war.
Oh yeah.
I wish, and I
Oh,
thought
never
of it.
thought of that.
Yeah,
If they
like-
did an episode from Change.
How, and I don't know how many of you guys watched Game of Thrones, but
I
Game of
didn't.
Thrones is so well balanced when it comes to like good guys, bad guys, and both their perspectives.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to see like
More of the
what's-
antagonist side.
Yes, I agree. 'Cause
See,
we
but I
s-
feel like we almost get that with the relationship between Aang and Zuko.
we-
And the episodes where where it's like in Zuko's life, but you're only seeing that perspective of someone who's torn up. He can see both sides. We can't really see the Fire Nation looking at it. Like, think about if there was an episode from the point of view of Ozai, where he's looking out and he's not necessarily trying to kill people or be an awful person. Like, he might
Like
be
I
trying
want
to
to see
be an awful
another
person.
council meeting
Mhm.
or something like that.
Ima-
Like that could be.
Yeah.
Imagine a scene that's not framed like the episode where Ozai is talking to his father with young Zuko and young Azula present, where he's just angry. Imagine it from a calm perspective where you see the Fire Nation's point of view, where they're not trying to destroy these things. They're trying to contain them because they know that they're the only things that can hurt them. Imagine it from that point of view. It's like looking
I
at
fe-
history from different sides.
Yeah.
I feel like
They think they're the victims in that scenario because their people were getting
Yeah.
fucked up by Water Nation and Earth Kingdom and Airbenders.
I feel like
Not
it
necessarily
would be
Airbenders, they're
enjoyable to
passive.
have that, but the show I don't think needs it because from the point at when Zuko at the beginning of season 3, when Zuko's finally back in the Fire Nation, he spends so much time with just people from the Fire Nation that it, in my opinion, it does make them look developed, and you can see how they think they're the good guys.
You only really see it of the servants and royalty, though.
Even when Aang goes through like the Fire Nation cities, like you still see that like
Oh yeah,
these
definitely
people
that,
like
yeah.
support what they do and they don't view it as a bad thing. I don't think that it's underdeveloped.
But you could argue in that sense, not necessarily saying America is the bad guy, but you could say American citizens relate in the way that Fire Nation citizens relate to the Fire Nation.
Yeah.
You could say that. Like, from their point of view, the Fire Nation might be doing everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas from our point of view, we might be doing everything right, which is why we have issues that we have in like normal stuff in the world.
But I thought we were discussing more of like the way that you said it was it sounded like you think that's almost like underdeveloped and you don't see how they can think that they're the good guys.
No, it's not necessarily underdeveloped, but every time we see it, it's from the good guy's perspective. It's
Yes.
not from Ozai's perspective. I want to see Ozai as a bigger character than what he is. We know he's a big character because he's ultimately who Aang has to defeat. But I want to see his character develop more and see where did he kind of
I want to see Ozai as a
What
normal
makes him
person.
think the way he thinks?
exactly.
I want to see Ozai as a normal person.
Yes.
I want to see him as a father,
And not-
even if it's a bad one. I want to see him as a father, as a husband, even if it's a bad one.
And
as
not
a
as
ruler.
this like mythical
Secretive character
antagonistic,
that
like,
no one
He's
knows
almost
about.
like deified. He's
Yeah.
almost made into
Yes,
an evil
that's-
god
yeah.
in Avatar.
That's what
Like,
they
he's
view
just a
the
person.
Fire Lords as though. They view them as like a god.
But they are, at the end of the day, people. They
Yeah,
are
and like
just
in like
people
season 2
who
when they
can
were
firebend.
teasing him, all we saw was like the bottom half of his face, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, I lost my shit when
Yeah.
I found out he was voiced by Mark Hamill from the first line.
I don't know who that is.
Mark Hamill voices. Well, he's Luke Skywalker.
Oh, okay.
He's also
That's all
voiced
you need to say.
the Joker in a lot of Batman things and a lot of voice acting that he does. I love Mark Hamill, and I was so excited. The first time I ever heard Ozai speak, I was like, "Shit, that's Mark Hamill."
No, I lost my shit when I found out Hakoda was voiced by the same guy that does what's the Irish squirrel from Over the Hedge. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like,
I
it's
know
a skull.
exactly
Wait,
what
is
you're
it-
talking about, but I
is
don't
it Over
remember
the
any of the
Hedge?
names.
It's Over the Hedge,
Okay.
and first of all, it's a Scottish squirrel.
Yeah.
It's not Irish.
Oh,
My
sorry,
apologies.
My bad.
Because he has the little golf thing.
Yes,
he has
you
the
are
beanie
right.
With the white puffball, and he's like,
But What are we yeah. in
fucking Scotland?
"What are we in fucking? Is that Glasgow? What are we in fucking Scotland?
Glasgow.
We in fucking Scotland? Get the fuck out of here!
I've been
Pass
late-
me my pint.
lately.
Lily.
Okay, this is off topic, but lately I've been like saying shit in a horrible Australian accent
Oh,
all
I
the
might-
time.
oh, I
because
might.
it's so funny.
All you have to do is say razor blades, and you can
All
get
you have to
yourself
do.
right into it.
All you have to do is
It's
say
all you have
razor
to do.
blades.
What are you, fucking Steve Owen? And you get stung by a stingray.
Too
You get
soon.
it's not too soon.
It's too
It's
soon.
like 15 years ago.
We got another fan. There we go.
Fan
Sam fans
theory.
Fan theory.
Fan
Fan
theory.
theory.
Fan theory.
Fan
theory.
theory.
Right.
There you
Fan
go.
theory.
Fan theory. FANTHEORY theory. Let's go. Get it.
Goodbye.
We all remember the Judies, and we all
Yes.
remember Ba Sing Se. We
How can we
got.
forget the
Sadly.
GDs?
There is no in Ba Sing Se.
There is only in America.
You
Emily,
ever seen that?
there is only
I
in
all
America.
No, I've
time
never
on
seen
Instagram.
that.
Countries got cleared.
After everything happened in Ba Sing Se, though, we never really heard about the Judies, and
Yeah, what
they just
happened?
they drowned in the lake, according to this.
Oh,
theory.
cool. Wow, that was a really quick lead in.
Well, the Lake Lao guy, is actually based on a Chinese concentration camp.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's flashing red. I'm gonna kill myself.
Where they did the same thing. Let's record until it dies. Where they did the exact same thing. You know the whole lantern thing from the where they're moving that around. That's an actual like mind wiping technique that the Chinese developed that in that timeline, like around the 1800s.
Yeah.
That's old. Like China was good at developing a lot of stuff, like gunpowder and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I had no idea until I researched that they were working on mind control in like the 1800s.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So this theory about the Judies, though, this comes from Screen Rant, and it says, in the second season, based in the Earth Kingdom, we are introduced to the Dai Li, a small police force that actually ran the city of Ba Sing Se under the rule of an indifferent king. Well, that's also possibly a reference to the real police force in the Ming Dynasty in China. Our focus is on the Judies, the brainwashed host to Team Avatar they trained in an underground facility under Lake Laogai. What happened to all the Judies we see underground when the lake was overrun with water in the season finale has always been a point of speculation among fans. For one, we know that there are a bunch of them ready to replace the Judy in case she makes a mistake. It's never actually shown in the show, but the Dai Li likely let the Judies drown in the lake before they covered up the whole facility, as it was done pretty fast and they wouldn't have time to make alternative arrangements.
Ouch. So we're talking about the fact that go ahead, finish your statement. Yeah, that is a wow.
And I will say this though, like, what if there wasn't just Judy's in there? For all we know, there could have been other people in there, obviously. And
Joey's.
so many.
There was Joey's. There was.
Well, I mean, there had to be other people down there because they kept Appa down there.
That's
they kept
true.
Jet down there.
Yeah. They had to have so many other
fuck.
prisoners.
They killed all the prisoners too.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess it's easier to kill all the prisoners than try and find a new facility to house them, I guess, as fucked up as that is. But, like, think about it. You spend it. Well, they're earthbenders. They could have a new facility and, like, Aang earthbended a zoo. They can earthbend a cave.
Yeah.
The fuck. Oh, that is fucked up. So, wait. Wasn't there a scene in one of the episodes where it was like, "Hi, I'm Judy," when she introduced herself to the gang, but it was a different Judy than the first one that they met,
Yeah,
and
right
that's when
after-
they questioned it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. For some reason I kept thinking of that, but I couldn't remember why.
Yeah, that's right after they try and see the Earth King.
Oh,
when they're
yeah.
talking to what's the leader's name of the Dai Li? What is his
I
name?
don't remember his name. Fang something or something. Fang.
Long Fang.
Long Fang.
So, once again, Screen Rant, we have, remember Ty Lee, the chi-blocking acrobat who had the ability to take away other people's bending, was so good at it that even Katara was afraid of her. We don't quite see anyone in The Last Airbender possessing abilities like her, so it's safe to say her technique was self-perfected. One theory suggests that Amon, the chi-blocking bloodbender in The Legend of Korra, aka Noatak, could only have got so good at chi blocking if he learned from Ty Lee herself, as we know that he disappeared for a very long time. While the other equalists are good at it too, there's no evidence that they knew how to do it before Amon. The theory suggests that Amon actually uses blood bending and chi blocking that he picked up from Ty Lee together to take away bending. It can't be energy bending as he's not an avatar, so this makes sense to us.
I've heard
That's
that one
interesting.
too.
What if he doesn't actually take away their bending, but he just makes them think that they took it away? Or like
I'm pretty sure the way that they explain it is that like it blocks something.
But what if it's the thing where it's like Ty Lee could take away someone's bending, but for a limited amount of time? What if there was some way that he uses that, takes away their bending for a limited amount of time, but just also uses the ability to make them think, or it lasts so long that it makes them think that they lost it forever?
Yeah.
Whereas
what you're
Aang
saying.
can,
The one thing-
Aang can immediately repair that,
It bothers me
or
how
Korra can. Sorry.
in Legend of Korra how quickly she gets her bending back.
I agree.
I could ramble about this for hours.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we could ramble about Avatar, The Legend of Korra, the social constructs in it, and everything involving it, even the whole universe for hours. But this is going to be our part one of our episode, and it's been so nice talking to you, talking for you today. Have a lovely night as I sign this off to Ethan.
That was a pleasant outro.
I'm still not impressed.
Oh, shit.